So today I'm going to do a January-February reading wrap-up plus a March TBR. I'm excited for this video. I've always wanted to do this types of videos because this is the type of content that I mostly consume on YouTube. I'm doing January and February because I did not read a lot those months. Just gonna put them all together so I have somewhat of a list. First off, Fake Skating. Oh my gosh. First up, okay, you know what, never mind. So first up, we got Fake Skating by Lynn Painter. I started this book in November of 2025 and I continued reading it, but I DNF'd it, which is surprising because I really like Lynn Painter's writing, but this one, I don't know, it was just not doing it for me. I felt like it was very repetitive. I was getting kind of annoyed with how many times both, what are the names? Alec and Danny, the amount of times they have voiced in their head that, oh, they're not the same person that they knew before. Like, I got it when they were first saying it in the beginning. That's where I left off. I was already at that point in the book and it was just getting annoying. Maybe at the time, like, I was reading it, I was just in a reading slump. I just couldn't finish the book. And I literally have read almost all of her books. The only one I haven't read is Betting on You. I was kind of sad that I didn't finish it. Maybe in the future I'll go back and finish it, but yeah, I did DNF this book. Then after that, I was like, maybe I should take a break from novels right now. So I decided to go back to manga, and I first read How I Met My Soulmate, Volume 1. This is a college romance. The girl is a first year in college, and the guy is a third year in college. And the girl is wanting to find love, so she goes to a bar, and she meets this guy, and he's like super drunk, and he's asking her like, why is she here? Like, what was her intentions of going into this bar? She tells him why she's in there, and he was kind of rude to her, and he was also very drunk, so like no filter. Later that night, he calls her and apologizes to her. As a thank you, agreed to helping her find love. And so that's basically the whole premise of this story. I was hooked. I really like this. I'm keeping up with this. She just released a new volume, but I haven't read it yet, but it's really good. I liked it. After that, I read the rest of the volumes in that series. I read volume 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Like I said, it was a good series. It also has like supporting characters, like her friend that she met in college, and it follows her journey as well. It's a good balance between the two main characters. Before, I would mostly read high school romances. Now that I'm in college, like, those high school stories are just like a little too immature for me, so like I've been trying to read more college or adult romances, and that one was a good one. I really liked that one. And then I also read Choking on Love. Don't mind the title, but this is volume 2. I did read this series online first because I saw a post about it on Instagram or something, so I read it online, and then I found out that they were being translated and published in a physical form. So this was technically a reread. Also college romance. This one is a little more on like the comedy side too. This guy's in a band. She ends up being like the manager kind of for them. I honestly can't remember how she got entangled with this band because I couldn't find the first volume of this, so I just picked up the second, and I knew for a fact I had read that before, but I wanted to just reread it. But yeah, it's good. I really like the art in this. It's really nice. Yeah. And then I read Solo Leveling Volume 11. This one was, I loved, okay, first I watched the show, seasons 1 and 2, and then I picked up what is it called? It's not a manga, but it's I can't remember. There's a different name for it, but the anime left off on volume 8, and now I'm on 11. But what I like about this story is that the author like keeps the momentum going. I don't feel it's repetitive. Just like every single book that the author comes out with, it's always like something new. The author keeps the like pace really well, and keeps the momentum going. Like every single time I finish a book, like it just makes me want to read it even more. So I'm slowly catching up on this. I don't know how many volumes there are. I do know there are a couple more after this. This one, I honestly didn't think I'd like this story because I tend to go more for the romance plots, but this one pleasantly surprised me. And then I read The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, Volume 6. This is the volume that the anime left off on. Usually romance animes tend to only have one season, so you usually have to read the manga afterwards if you want to finish the story. I did like the anime. It is a high school romance, shy boy and golden retriever girl, kinda. The guy works in a bakery, and then she went inside the bakery one time and she saw him and she was intrigued, so that's why she kept coming back to the bakery. And then they also go to rivalry schools. It is like a little cheesy and sometimes like annoying with their decisions and how they go about their rivalry. Even if students from both school like interact with each other, like it's frowned upon, but it's just like that type of cheesiness that kind of gets me. I would have ate it up when I was younger, but like now it's just like, come on, like it's just schools, whatever, like it's fine. It was good. It's just like I'm kind of growing out of this, out of like the high school romance. But yeah, so that's what I read in January and February. Mostly manga, as you can tell, but I told myself I would be more consistent on reading because I read a lot during quarantine because I had the time and I didn't really go out because of quarantine. But ever since then, I haven't been as consistent with reading as I'd like to be. Reading manga is just easier for me to get through in my life. Like novels are just a little more difficult for me. I don't know why, but that's why I was like surprised I was able to read that much manga, or just like read in general that much. So, but March is gonna be a good year, or March is gonna be a different month. So for what I want to read in March, I am in the middle of Supergirl, Women of Tomorrow by Tom King. This is the comic book that the new Supergirl movie is gonna be based upon. I'm in the middle of it. I think I read the first book, or the first issue. I don't know how many issues there are total. Oh, there are 8 issues. So I have 7 more to read. I'm in the middle of the second issue. But the art, I think it's my favorite. Like even the coloring too. Like it's so amazing. I love it. When you read like or hear about Superman and Supergirl stories, it's usually them navigating life on Earth. This one follows Supergirl in other planets that aren't Earth / space, because like the usual like background characters that are in here are all aliens, so it's a little different from what I've read / watched, but I really like it. I'm excited to continue reading. Oh, look at this, like it's so pretty. I love it. But yeah, that's what I'm in the middle of. I started reading this December of last year, but then life got busy, so I never got back to it. Some issues that I bought last year that I never got around to reading, but I want to try and read them this month, is Spider-Man 94 issue 2. Yeah, this is like it's the same thing with what X-Men 90, I can't remember the specific year, but it's the same thing that they're doing with the X-Men series, with how they continue the storyline from the animated series. So Spider-Man 94 issue 2, I want to try and read that. Nightwing issue 131. I have a whole stack of comics, but these are the ones that I want to read the most. Then we have Exquisite Corpses issue 6 that I also want to read. It's like a kind of killing game. But yeah, I think it's going to be turned into a video game if I remember correctly. I don't know, but like each issue a character dies, or like a player dies, because that's part of the game. Whoever survives at the end wins a certain amount of money. I can't remember. All the characters and players are in this game, or story too, are all like criminals. So like if they win, like their criminal record will be erased. I think that's what it is about. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I just know that I really like the story. And then Batman Superman World's Finest, issue 44. Obviously, this one's gonna include Supergirl and Robin, so I'm excited about that. Superman Red and Blue 2025 special, number 1. The original like series of Superman Red and Blue, some of it was like help inspire the movie of the new Superman movie. So when I saw that they were coming out with this, I had to pick it up. Plus the stories in Superman, the original Superman Red and Blue, so good. It like captures the like emotional essence of Superman and like what makes up Superman. So I just really loved it, and like it made me cry when I was reading it. It just shows like the human side, or like the emotional and empathetic side of Superman, and that's what it mostly focused on in Superman and Red and Blue. So I'm really excited to read about this, or read through this issue. Justice League Unlimited issue 12. Oh yeah, this is like a new story arc, The Terrific Part 1. I can't remember what the last story arc was. It's been a while, but yeah, Dan Mora, I love his art. We have Superman issue 31. Dan Mora also drew the cover of this issue. He was the main artist for this. He is like on a bunch of like series, so like he like switches off between a bunch of them. But yeah, Superman, one of my favorite series to read, plus Uncanny X-Men, but I need to find the issues that I left off on. I'm excited for this. And now for the novels. I decided to go back to the Addicted Calloway Sister series. I started that series when I was a senior in high school, so like 4 years ago, and like throughout the years I would just pick up their books and like read it. Like I wouldn't read them back to back because of the content of it is like so heavy, because it deals with like addiction, abuse, and yeah, I'm not gonna say anymore because there's a lot like what I'm gonna say, like it just spoils a lot, but like it's just very heavy themes in this series. I decided to pick up Addicted After All, which is the last book for Lillian Lowe. I'm only a couple pages in, like it's getting me. It takes me a while to get into a book, but I read a chapter last night, so it's starting to pick up, so I'm really excited about that. Lillian Lowe, I feel like I like relate a lot to mostly the female characters, which is Lily, Rose, and Daisy, in their own different ways. I think my interests, Lillian Lowe, they really like reading comics and love Marvel, so like I like seeing the little references that they have, and also I like how the authors have like quotes in between. Oh well, it's not in this one. In their third book, Addicted for Now, that book was separated into 3 parts, so like each part had like a quote from a DC or Marvel comic. So like I remember there was one that they had included a quote from Spider-Man, and then one of Jonathan Kent, and then I can't remember what the other one was, but I don't know. I just like that the little details that they add in for that. But yeah, I'm nervous about this book. I cried the last book that they had, which was Thrive, their 4th book. The girl, she's a sex addict, Lily, and then Lo, he's an alcoholic. Their books focus more on like their struggle with that and overcoming those obstacles, and also like they come from a wealthy family, and their family is kind of like pushed into the spotlight. A lot of their issues that they're dealing with has been made public. Everyone knows what's going on in their life. A lot of assumptions are made of them, and the struggle of living their lives and also dealing with these behind closed curtains. Just them just trying to live their life with all this like pressuring attention that's like thrusted upon them. So it's an interesting read. I love the series. It's just like hard for me to get through because of the themes that goes through with this. I am excited and scared to read this. Next up, I want to read Stopover in the Mile High's Club series by T.L. Swan. I've never read anything from T.L. Swan, but I saw this book during Black Friday and I thought the cover was really pretty. I know we shouldn't judge books by its cover, but sometimes I do. But the cover is so pretty. And then the sprayed edges like kind of continue on the side. But yeah, this one takes place in New York. I think every book takes place in a different setting. But this one is a second chance romance. I do like second chance romances because the yearning that comes with it. And it's set in New York, a place that I've always wanted to visit because I've never been to the East Coast at all. So I'm really excited to read this. I need to take off this sticker. I hate it. Then we got Thorn Season by Kiera Azur. I saw this. I need to take off the sticker on this too. But I saw this book on TikTok. Also, it's like the prettiest book I've ever seen. I love the dust jacket. There you go. Ooh. Like, look at even the inside of it too, the different shade of pink. It's so pretty. And then the sprayed edges too. Usually sprayed edges are just like become like a trend recently, but like this one I actually really like. The detailing on this is so pretty. And even this, like this little shine, the iridescent on the book itself. Can you even see it? I don't know. Oh, I forgot about the spine too. It's pretty. But yeah, I forgot that it continues in the inside. Yeah, this one's a fantasy romance. I don't read a lot of fantasy, but this one I was kind of interested in. She's like an heiress in this like mystical realm, and she possesses illegal magic. Yeah, I don't know. I just know that when I saw that TikTok, I was interested in it, which I was surprised because I never read fantasy, or I don't read a lot of fantasy. I have read fantasy, just not a lot. But I do want to try and read this. And I also wanted like a little switch up because I've been reading mostly contemporary. The last fantasy book I read was Fourth Wing, and I read that last year. Like literally last year. Like last time, you know what I mean. And now, these are just mostly continuations. Volume 6 of How I Met My Soulmate and Volume 12 of Solo Leveling. I'm really excited to read these. I think Addicted After All and these two books are the only ones that are like continuations of books that I've read. Thorn Season and The Stopover are the only ones that are like really new to me. Anyways, that's what I have planned for March and what I've read for January and February. And thank you for watching. We'll see how March goes. To be honest, I'm like setting a really high standard for myself in March, but we're gonna try our best. That's all that matters.